Hello friends, fellow collectors and other extremists. I hope you're all keeping well out there in this most surreal of times. I suppose from a selfish point of view, being a collector, the lockdown's not quite as bad for me as it might be for some people, because I've got plenty to do. I suspect the same might be applicable to a few of you out there, but the main thing is you're all keeping well, fit and well. Of course, the good thing about YouTube is I can talk to you all without any fear of passing anything on. So that's a good side of the way I do my videos. Okay, what have we got this time? Pickups. Yeah, pickups for, that will be February and March, I guess. Bit of better news for all of you game Steelbook fans out there. I've actually got up off my backside and picked a few up. I'm falling behind a bit, but the prices have been a bit steep for some of them, but I've managed to find a few very nice ones actually at decent prices. So conversely, very slim month for film steelbooks, but you can't have everything. Okay, let's start. We'll start with the steelbooks as usual. That's the only, I just got this yesterday, I think it was, in the post, because obviously the post has been delayed. Well, that's for me anyway. So that was the 4K version of Casino Royale. Certainly one of the new Bond films that I really liked. Skyfall wasn't bad. Quantum of Solace and Spectre I didn't really care for as much. So yeah, I must point out that there we go. I mean, I've already got a steelbook of this for Blu-ray, and this one cost me another 28 quid, I think it was, from Zavvi. It's got the Blu-ray in it, which I've already got. And that's what I get treated to for my expense. Wow. I've only just noticed that actually. I've only just noticed that it's got that. It's kind of like a lenticular effect, but not. You can't see it when you look straight at it. Yeah, so I was delighted with that for 28 quid, but the film's good, so I shouldn't complain too much. Okay, now gaming steelbooks. Very nice one to kick off with. That's Shenmue 3. I managed to pick that up without the game. It cost me 11 quid, so yeah, I wasn't too disappointed because it's quite a popular steelbook online. It actually, the seller had actually reduced it by a couple of quid, so I thought I'd go for it. But I mean, it was actually advertised as being slightly damaged on the back, but I mean, I don't know if I can show you. There's a very tiny dent in the corner now. You know, as I said to you before, I really don't worry about that sort of thing. You know, if a steelbook's got a slight dent in the back, a slight blemish, I mean, you know, as I said, I'm not a conditioned Nazi about these sort of things. And actually, this one has got a very nice, it's debossed, isn't it? Outwardly, very nice debossed effect there. So, yeah, I mean, for 11 quid, I think that's a really nice steelbook. As is this. Now there's Medieval. The story to this. This was a pre-order bonus from game, and I mean I didn't. This is a blank one. This is just the steelbook, but it came. You know, one of those that came separate from the game, and because of the low print run, a lot of people didn't get it. even though they pre-ordered the game, they didn't get it. I mean, I know at least 2 people who didn't receive one of these. So obviously it was quite a low print run. So I mean, I saw the cheapest one I saw on eBay was 20 quid. I think I paid for this, free postage. So I thought I'd better go for it, because with this sort of thing, the price is not going to go down, because, as I say, it's obviously a very limited edition. So yeah, I was quite happy to get that one. You know, if you like the game, you can always pick the game up later on. But as I say, that one actually came blank to start with. Right, that was a cheap job. That was all of these sort of like wrestling, WW, whatever it is now, 20Ks, and the basketball 20Ks. You normally buy these very cheaply a few months after their release, because again they're separate from the game. As are a lot of Steelbooks these days. You know, they're packed in separately from the game, so people just get them and decide to stick them on eBay. So yeah, very nice, interesting back actually. That's the sort of stuff I like to see on the back of Steelbooks. So yeah, that was actually the NBA 2K20 Legend Edition. See at the top there. Very nice it is too for a £5. As was this. Now I'm not familiar with this game at all, but it's a very nice Steelbook. Very unusual. What sort of game it is, I don't know. But it's got Strange Brigade, and on the back it's got Department of Antiquities, you can see there. Don't know what that's all about, but yeah. Once again, it's got a couple of little blemishes on the back, but so it was only a £5. I don't know how many were printed or anything, but I've never heard of it. So yeah, I was delighted to find that one. This one will be more familiar to some of you. This is the the Borderlands 3 Steelbook. Once again, it was packed in with the game separate. So that one cost me a little bit more. I think that was about 12 quid or so. But nevertheless, it's a lovely Steelbook. And nice back as well. So yeah, that's. I mean, although there are lots more Steelbooks for PS4 than there ever were for PS3, the joy is you can pick them up cheap because they come separate and you don't have to buy the game, which is great. This is now I've already shown you the Need for Speed Heat Steelbook that came with my collector's edition. Well, this is the one that comes with a normal game. I actually picked that up in game before the shop shut, and I think they were asking for they must have had a few of them because they were just asking for a donation to charity basically. So I mean, I picked up one they were selling for 2 quid a few weeks beforehand, so I just said 2 quid, all right. They said yeah, fine. And so I got the other Heat Steelbook for 2 quid. Very nice too. And last but not least, this was another eBay jobby. Forget how much that was, but it was quite inexpensive. I don't know what they call it these days. WW2K, that's what it says. Oh, WWE. Yeah, I know it used to be WWF, but I don't know whether the World Wildlife Fund complained or something that they changed the name. But anyway, that's the latest one. Back up. Now this next one's an interesting one because I've actually already got the Steelbook, but I couldn't resist this. I picked it up just before the shops all had to close from Kex, and I looked at it and thought, well, that won't. I saw what was in it and I thought, well, that won't be all there. But actually everything's there and it's all in mint condition. It's the Pro Edition for Black Ops 4. Now I already bought the Steelbook without the game, but this actually got the Steelbook with the game, and it was 15 quid. But the stuff inside is really, really nice. I'll just give you a quick view of it. Yeah, that's the Steelbook that I already have. As I say, it's got the advantage of having a game if I ever wanted to play it, so you know, no complaints there. And then inside you have this little, if I can get into it, this little box here, and inside you have just open it up, and inside you've got some, I think it's about three art cards. So that was, I mean, they're very good. They're very good quality, I have to say. I'll just pack this back up, as I won't have any room on the table to show you the other stuff. Yeah, so that was the first thing that you get, and then you get this little box with comes up at the back, and inside you have something called a pop socket. I don't know. Not familiar with pop socket. Something to do with a mobile phone. And then of course in here you have all the DLC paraphernalia, which will undoubtedly be used, but I'm not too bothered about that. And then the real thing that attracted me to this was this little box here. It has 10 folds out, and you have 10 patches. Not very colourful and nice. Sure, I've got it on the screen. Yeah, so they're just little patches that obviously come off, and you can iron them onto whatever. But yeah, I'll show you up close. Yeah, I thought these were. I'll show them all up close. I thought these were really, really nice. Let me make sure I've got them in, and then you've got the middle. I trust you can see the middle couple there. Yeah, I was really taken with those for the price. So yeah, that was. I mean, Gordon knows how much that was when it came out. I dread to think it was probably about 70 or 80 quid or something ridiculous. But yeah, 15 quid, and it's all in mint. And then the only other thing I picked up in the game's front was the Team Sonic Racing, which game we're doing 15 quid, ain't it? So I thought that was worth a punt. I've had a little bash of it, it's not too bad. Not the greatest racing game in the world, but I've seen worse. Okay, I'll just show you this little thing first. If I can reach it, I should put stuff within. Sorry about that, folks. Quite a few years ago now, probably about 5. They brought out this Sim Racer magazine. Now I've always been interested in racing games, more arcade racing games, but you know, I played a few Sims in my time, and yeah, as I say, they brought this out, and I didn't actually buy it because for 6 quid it didn't seem very substantial to me. You know, a lot of advertising, not much content. But the publishers actually went bust, and I went to their website, and they were selling off all the issues at knockdown price. I think it was half price or less than half price. So I think there were 12 issues. These are the issues here. I'll just see what number the last one was. Yeah, issue 12. 12 issues. And I bought them all, you know, in brand new mint condition. And then they didn't have number one, unfortunately. And I've had this on the eBay search for 2 years. And it's taken 2 years for a copy of this to come up. Now, you know, I'm always saying to you about people who advertise stuff as being rare. And my idea of rare is something that comes up once, maybe twice a year. That's rare. Not something that there's 5 copies of up already. That's not rare. So, yeah, I mean, I know magazine is collecting magazines is a acquired taste, not for everybody, but for anybody who collects magazines, I would classify that as rare. And I actually bought it off a guy. I paid a £5, but the first 5 issues were there. Well, of course, I already had the other 4, but I was just pleased to get my hands on it. I was quite happy to pay a £5 for something that has never popped up on eBay for 2 years. So there you go. There's an example of something that I can show you that is genuinely rare. Speaking of magazines, I mean, I have cupboards full of magazines because I'm a magazine collector. I mean, I've got like the first 100 Retro Gamers, which is one of the more collectible mags, first 150 issues of Edge, which is another collectible magazine, but I've never really mentioned them or shown them on the channel because I'm not sure that people would be really interested in magazines. But I mean, by all means, stick some comments, correct me if I'm wrong, if anybody's interested in seeing you know, a run of these sort of like more collectible magazines. I mean, I've got one of the most sought after magazines on eBay is Game Fan magazine, which was an American magazine back in the days of the SNES. So we're going back quite a few years. And I've actually got quite a few. So I mean, you know, if anybody's interested in seeing that sort of thing, please let me know, and I'll be quite happy to show them to you. Right, okay, now let's move on to the comics front. Now, not been much in the way of comic books. Thor number 4 came out by Donny Cates. I showed you 1 to 3 last time. One came out, and then I bought these 2 for a couple of quid each. Simply because I remember back in the 80s when they did these 100-page spectaculars and giants. I used to love them, and this is obviously a take on those old books. As I say, they were only a couple of quid each in Forbidden Planet. They were knocking them out cheap, so I thought I would buy the Superman one, excuse me, and then there was the Batman one. Yeah. I wish they would do these now, these 100-page giants are really something else. They probably cost you about a tenner a lump, but not to worry. And then I was actually given this by my daughter because she bought the hardback. This is the paperback, trade paperback of the V for Vendetta, the 12-issue graphic novel. I was going to go to a charity shop. I said, I'll have that if you don't mind. So yeah, I've got all the issues upstairs, bagged and boarded. But it's nice to have the graphic novel knocking about in case I want to read it anytime. And yes, I managed to get another one of these omnibuses that I love so much that I've shown you a few of in the past. This is a Silver Age Legion, so it's his stories from the 60s, basically, late 50s, 60s. Now, I must admit, I've never been a great Legion fan, but This was a $75 book, so you're looking at about 60 quid RRP, and I think it was about 30, so about half price. I might have been 25. But yeah, it's got a lot of stories from the 50s and 60s. It was just a nostalgia piece for me, because obviously I started collecting DCs around that time, when I was 12 or 13. And that's just a nice piece of nostalgia as far as I'm concerned. Now, here we go. Here's where you can score in a charity shop. About a month ago, I managed to pick that up. It's basically a history of Spider-Man, you know, in pictures, and mainly pictures. It's only a couple of quid. It's a 30 quid book. I mean, it's not in absolutely mint condition, but it's certainly serviceable. I mean, you can see where it's had a little sticker in the corner there, but you know, that's nothing for a couple of quid. But yeah, I mean, it's just a historical romp through all of the eras of Spider-Man. It's a big lump of a book, man, so excuse me. It's covers and what have you. God, it's like left in a breeze block. Yeah, so it shows you what you can do if you keep your eyes peeled when you're in charity shops. Now, as you know, I love hardbacks, but I love even more slipcased hardbacks. This was another one of Forbidden Planet specials, Scarlet by Brian Michael Bendis, I believe it was. Yes, and Alex Maliev, I don't know how they pronounce it. One of the fan favourite artists. Yeah, it's a very nice little jobby. As I say, it's slipcased, and it contains all of the issues of the, I don't know, the first and second series. But yeah, very nice. It's quite a thick volume, as you can see. Maybe a glimpse of, try and find a, yeah, that's the artwork. See there. Yeah, it was 25 quid. I don't know what the RRP of that one is. It's probably about, I don't know, I hasn't got it on, but it'll be about 50, 60 quid, I would imagine. So, yeah, I mean, it's a good half price. The only trouble is that all that nice artwork in there, and the front cover's a bit boring, to be honest, but never mind. And then the other bargain jobby I picked up from Forbidden Planet was going back to gaming, the art of the Division. I did have about 3 weeks of playing this when I had a Rest from Destiny a few years ago. So there we go, 5 quid. There again, it's a 30 quid book. So, you know, bargain time central. Now, talking of bargains, the last bits and pieces I have to show you are all hardbacks, and they're all from the New 52 series that the DC did a few years back. I'm actively collecting all of these New 52 stuff because they're rather nice, and you can get them very cheaply. Now, Zavvi were having a sale on of these hardbacks, and they were doing them for $9.99 or buy 2 get 1 free, which made them a $5 each. So I thought, $5 each. You know, these are all sort of like $25, $30 books. So it was a no-brainer that I go and pick up the ones that I didn't have, and I will show you those now. That's an oversized one. That's slightly bigger than the regular series. Jim Lee, Superman Unchained. Yeah, it's one I haven't read before. I haven't got the comics or anything, but be interested to read that one. And then I managed to fill in a gap for Batman and Robins. That's the issue after, or is it the issue after Damien gets killed? I don't know. But anyway, I've now got 2, 3, 4 and 5, so I just need issue 1 to complete the first part of the series. As I say, these are all just a £5 each, so now the artwork in this is very nice. I mean, I've got some stuff from a few years ago that J.H. Williams III did, Batwoman Again, I think it was, and some of the art's very classy in here. I'll pick a page. Yeah, there you go. Very nice stuff indeed. Well, you can see from the front cover there, and a nice little piece on the back. Very unusual artist. I like his stuff a lot, so I was happy to get that one. I don't know how many of them there are, but I'll certainly be looking for the rest. Oh, yeah, I missed that one. I actually picked up number 6, volume 6 of Batman and Robin as well, so I just need number 1 to complete the first 6. There's normally about 10 issues in these runs of hardback, so I'm not far away from a full set there. Then that filled in a hole. That's number 2 of the Green Lantern Corps. I think that gives me 1, 2, 3 now, so I'm on the way. Because the older these get, the cheaper they are. I'll probably pick up the rest in some sale somewhere, and 6 months down the line. That's the Green Lantern New Guardians, volume 1. I think I have 2 and 3, so that's the first 3 there. That's volume 4, I think it is, in the Superman. I haven't actually got any Superman, so that's the first one I've managed to pick up. The artist there is a guy called Kenneth Rocafort, who I like very much. So I'll be interested to read that one. And then that is, that one is volume 1. So at least I've got volumes 1 and 4 of that series. 2 and 3 I'll have to look out for. I like to keep things running in order without, as a true collector mentality, I like to keep things running in order without any gaps. Now, I've never come across this one. It's the Batman Black and White. So I've got a few issues of the comic book upstairs. That's volume 4, so I've got a lot of searching to do to find the other 3, I guess. Right, that's the Superman Earth 1. That's volume 2, unfortunately. I don't have volume 1, so that's another one to look out for. I think they did 3 series. They did a Batman Earth 1, Superman, and a Wonder Woman Earth 1. I think I've got some of both, either 1 or 2 of the Wonder Woman, and maybe both the Batman, I can't remember. This is the Earth 2 series. This keeps me up to date-ish. That's I have issue 1. That's issue 2 of Earth 2, and that is issue 3 of Earth 2. And then we have Green Lantern. That's volume 4. I forget which Green Lantern ones I have, because they split. There's a lot of these Green Lantern stories that had sort of like crossovers. As I'll show you now, this hasn't got a number to it because it's Green Lantern plus a lot of other titles, Green Lantern Corps, New Guardians, and it's like a crossover event where you maybe had 12 issues, but it was like 3 issues split over 4 comics, so that hasn't actually got a volume number. Nevertheless, a nice book. It's a $30 book, so for a £5, no complaints at all. And then think I have all of the, that's number 6, I have all of the Batman issues now up to number 6, Graveyard Shift. And then last but not least I have number 10, so I've got 7, 8 and 9 to find. But as I say, these, you know, if you wait and look, these won't be hard to find at a reasonable price. You know, I consider a reasonable price to those to be around anything from 5 to 8 quid. As I say, some of them are $30 books, which is like 25 quid RRP, so no worries at all there. Yeah, so that's all I have to show you today. I'm not sure what's up next. Obviously, with the situation being as it is with shops and the post and everything, I guess there won't be too many more pickup videos in the near future because I won't be ordering too much. But I'll try and make up for that by throwing in a few videos of series that I've already started, and I'll communicate with you that way. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, and stay safe, keep well, and I will see you in a week or two. Bye-bye now.